Good day, students, and welcome to Standard 10th History Digital class. Today, we are going to study some points of Lesson 4 History of Indian Arts. Let us start with the first point. What is art? Art is a natural human instinct to want to share his experience, wisdom, and emotion, resulting into beautiful creation is called as art. The artist's power of imagination, sensibility, state of emotion, and his skills are the crucial factors at the root of artistic creation. Next point is visual arts and performing arts. Now, art is divided into visual art, also known as Drik Kala, and performing arts, also known as Lalit Kala or Angik Kala. Visual arts are forms that create works that are primarily visual in nature, such as ceramics, drawing, painting, sculpture, printmaking, design, crafts, photography, video, filmmaking, and architecture. Performing arts refer to forms of art in which artists use their voice, bodies, and inanimate objects to convey artistic expressions. It is different from visual arts, which is when artists use paint, canvas, or various materials to create physical or static art objects. The next part is about folk arts and classical arts. There are two distinct traditions of art, folk art and classical art. Folk art is artistic works as paintings, sculptures, basketry, and utensils produced typically in cultural isolation by untrained, often anonymous artists or by artisans of various degrees of skill and marked by such attributions as highly decorative design, bright bold colors, flattened perspective, strong forms in simple arrangements. Folk art is a tradition that has continued from the prehistoric times. The expression of folk art is natural part of people's way of living. Hence, its expression is spontaneous. Folk art is created by collective participation of the members of social group. Classical art, on another hand, is expressed within an established form of consistent rules. It needs a prolonged training to master any form of classical art. The next point is style in art. Artists tend to have their own method of working. It is known as style of art. When a style is adopted by many artists over a prolonged period of time, it may become a tradition. Such traditions get established as an art style. Various art styles develop in every culture, which are characteristics of a certain period and region. Such styles are helpful in studying art history. Next is the Maratha style of painting. The Maratha style of painting developed during the later half of the 17th century CE. These paintings are found in murals and miniatures. These are colored paintings. It is a combination of the Rajasthan and European style of paintings. This painting style is also used in manuscripts. Some of the places where these paintings are found are the old Vadas of Vai, Menavli, and Satara in Maharashtra. Next is the art of painting. Paintings are two dimensional. For example, sketches or paintings of nature, objects, and individuals. They are done on various surfaces such as rocks, walls, papers, canvas of different types, and earthen pots. The mural of Bodhisattva at Ajanta cave is one of the finest example of the art of painting. Next point is folk style of paintings. Rock paintings dating to Stone Age have been discovered in many countries. In India, there are rock painting sites in states of Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Uttarakhand, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, and Telangana. The rock paintings depict human animals and geometric figures. Style changes according to cultural changes. Black, red, and white colors made of natural substances were used. Folk style of paintings resembles style of rock painting. Decorations of houses, wall, and courtyard, Rangavali helped to develop regional style of folk paintings. Do you know the traditions of Wali painting and Pingul Chitrakati in Maharashtra are among the finest examples of folk style of paintings. Jivya Somya Mashe, the artist in Thane district, has played a great role in making the Warli style of paintings very popular. He has been honored with a number of national and international awards for his paintings. In the year 2011, he was honored by Padma Shri. It is interesting to know the tradition of Chitrakati is mentioned in Manasulas, a book written by Chalukya king Someshwara in the 12th century CE. It confirms the antiquity of this tradition. The tradition of narrating stories from Ramayana and Mahabharata with the help of wooden puppets and paintings is known as Chitrakati. People practicing Pinguli art even today live in Pinguli village who belong to the tribal community located near Kudal in Konkan. Next is the classical style of painting. The ancient Indian text have explained and mentioned 64 arts as Alekyam or Alekhya Vidya. It is said to have six main aspects, that is Shadaangi. The ancient Indian scholars studied these six aspects very minutely. They include Rupa Bheda, that is different size and shape, Pramana, that is proportionate depiction of various features of an image, Bhava, that is expressions, Lavanya Yojana, that is aesthetic or beauty, Sadrushyata, that is a resemblance to reality, Varnika Bhanga, that is color composition. Next is the miniature paintings in manuscripts. The miniature paintings in the early manuscripts show an influence of Persian style. The Deccan miniature style was developed under the patronage of the Deccan Sultanate. During the reign of Akbar, the Mughal emperor, the Mughal miniature style, showing a blend of Indian and Persian style, was developed. Next is the Western style of painting. Indian artisans came under the influence of European style of painting. Establishment of art school under the leadership of a Scottish artist, James Wales, in the times of Savai Madhavrao Peshwa in Shaniwarwada in Pune. Gangaram Tambat, a Marathi artist, worked with Wales. He made drawings of rock cut caves at Verul and Carle. Some of his drawings are preserved in the Yale Center of British Art of Yale University. Number of artists was trained in the J.J. School of Art and Industry, established in 1857 CE, offering courses in European style of painting. Pastonji Bamanji, an alumni, that is former student or past pupil of this school, made replicas of Ajanta paintings. Next is the sculptural art. Sculptures are three dimensional, such as images, statues, pots, and objects with artistic embellishment, that is, decoration. Rock or clay is used. Rock sculptures are made by carvings. Metal sculptures are made with the help of molds, and clay sculptures are formed either directly with hands or molds. Next is the folk style of sculptural art. The sculpture art is also as ancient as the art of painting, dating back to Stone Ages. Carving tools out of stones was the beginning of sculpture art. Making clay image for ritual has been prevalent in India since Harappan times, is continued till date. Next is the classical style of sculpture art. The Harappan seals, stones, and bronze statues tells us about the 5000 years old or even older tradition of the Indian tradition of sculpture art. It is said that the tradition of carving out sculpture of large size began in the Mauryan period with the Ashokan pillars. The sculptures at Bharat are testimonials, that is, evidences of the continuous development of sculptural art in India. Next is the Indian iconography. The Gandhadhara school of art came into being in the 2nd century BCE in Afghanistan and neighboring regions. It had a Greek and Persian influence. The Mathura school of art laid the foundation of Indian iconography. Iconography is a branch of knowledge which includes everything about making of images of gods and goddesses. Kushna king made use of deities on coins. Rules and standards were set during the Gupta period, etc. So that's all for today. I hope you all might have understood today's part. We will meet back again with the remaining points. Until then, thank you and have a wonderful day.